What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I would like to introduce you to the dumbass of the day. Boom, there he is right there. The dude you see up here is 20-year-old Sebastian von Stockham. Shout out Germany. This guy right here is a certified goofball. Picture that you see here is him in court today. Picture that you see here is him on Friday after he beat his mother to death with an object, I guess, in her home that he lived in. 20 years old. I'm going to show you the video of him in court looking stupid. We're going to come back with commentary. Police arrested him. He was doing some crazy stuff out in the woods. You'll see it all. Check it out. Run it.
Well, a young man from New Canaan went before a judge today accused of killing his mother in their home. Sebastian van Stockham was arraigned on a murder charge in the death of Laura Williams. New Canaan police have released very little about this case so far. News 12 Connecticut's Marissa Alter has new details, though, from Stamford Superior Court.
He has been a resident of Connecticut for the last 5 years.
20-year-old Sebastian van Stockham kept his head down for much of his brief court appearance. Van Stockham graduated from New Canaan High School in 2023 and has no criminal history, but he now stands accused of a deadly attack on his mother Friday night.
This was an especially violent murder. The victim was found bludgeoned to death and sustained extreme trauma to her skull.
New Canaan police said they discovered Van Stockham's mother dead in their home on Gertie's Road after Van Stockham called 911 and confessed to the crime. Police said they initially got a report of a man yelling in the woods near South Avenue and Gertie's Road just after 10:30. Then, as officers responded, they received the call from Van Stockham. He was arrested, charged with murder, and held on a $2 million bond at the police department.
This was a terrible shock. Nobody anticipated this or foresaw this. And at this point, there's an awful lot of loose ends. All I can say is it'd be premature for anyone to rush to judgment.
Attorney Phil Russell represented Van Stockham for bond purposes only in court and declined to comment on if Van Stockham has mental health issues.
Obviously, it's a tragic situation, and it's a family.
Van Stockham's father was at his son's arraignment but had nothing to say to reporters as he left. On Monday, Flower sat on the front porch of the home Van Stockham lived in with his mother. Police said they won't release any further information because it's a domestic violence case. The Office of the Chief Medical Examiner confirmed Laura Williams died from blunt injuries to her head and listed the manner as homicide. The judge kept bond at $2 million and said if Van Stockham can post, he must do so at the courthouse after a hearing to determine conditions of his release. In Stamford, Marissa Alter, News 12, Connecticut.
Ain't that some shit? You're starting to see more and more children turning on their parents when they think they entitled. I'm gonna be honest with you. This guy just snapped and went off on his mom. I think honestly this ain't the first time signs were seen with this type of person. I'm explaining to you why I say that. If you looked at the news excerpt, the video, he sat in there with his head down, didn't say anything, just like the age he is in the inside, even though he's a 20-year-old man. He sat there, didn't say nothing, looking down, sad, at the mercy of the court, which he should deserve none. You killed your mother in a house that you yourself lived in. I'm more than sure you didn't pay 50% of the bills at all, but you took 100% of her life. You probably didn't pay 10% of nothing. Fresh out of high school and you a killer already. You graduated in 2023. Here it is, 2025. School year just started and your mom is fucking dead. You would get no sympathy or leniency from me. Where the fuck is your plan for self? Now, if you look at that house, ladies and gentlemen, these people well off. Because I'm telling you, in Connecticut, a house like that Costs a lot of money. Hell, it might be $1 million house that he turned into a crime scene. What you think about that? When we was younger, we always say this. All of us that's old school, when we was younger, you had to have a plan. It was usually one of three things. Either college, military, or a job. Either way, you had to be making progress moving forward in life. Hell, he might have been doing part of that. But I doubt it, because the way he acted in court, like a bitch, I'm more than sure he's known to throw temper tantrums as a child, and now man tantrums where somebody lost his life, namely the mother. I'm one of them people, man, like I said, we old school. When we was younger, we had pressure on us. 18 years old, you still in the house? Pressure. Hell, even in nature, animals throw the birds out the nest if they take too long and scared to fly. They force them to survive on their own. We as humans don't do that. And it seems like parenting is getting more or less and less stringent on this type of instinctual behavior that we should have towards one another. 20 years old, I would be pulling my hair out if I was in the house with my parents still. Especially when I know probably friends of mine or people I know at school, in high school, when the graduation gun sounded and they was at the start gate, some of them is off and running and I'm still jogging or just sitting idle. That would bother me. We can't wait to get out of school. A lot of times that meant getting out of the house. You know, being your own man, doing your own thing. Nowadays, it's nothing. And these kids still in the house. As grown-ups, the chain of comfortability is never broke. So as they grow, they become men and they act like men and get territorial, and you're not going to tell them this. You can't parent a grown-ass man. I don't know what the problem was here. But I do know, obviously, he was told no on something, the way he lost his motherfucking mind and killed his own damn mom. Said he bludgeoned her to death. Beat her in the head with something. Didn't hit her one time where she said ow or fell on the ground. Kept beating her because he was that mad. Now you get in court and look that scared or that sad. That bullshit. Stupid shit. This is another reason why I'd show him the flowers immediately. You killer. You go out there in the woods. You screaming all loud and shit like a wild man. Fuck! Walking back and forth looking stupid as hell. On top of that, cops come. In the article they say he came, the cops was like, he was covered in blood. What happened? What? What? He whispered. I took my mom's life. Signs of a child. Grown-ass child. How stupid is that? All of it. Everybody's responsible for their actions. At 20 years old, you had enough parenting in you where you know the difference between right and wrong, but you chose to do what you did. Therefore, consequences must come. All these type of cases like this would be a death penalty case. No deal. You're gone. This is craziness. I bet this woman didn't even see this coming the day she argued with him. But I'm more than sure it was a buildup of him showing her that he got hair on his nuts. And if she push hard enough, he'll blow up on her. And I think that's what happened. It's just upsetting. At 20 years old, when I was 20 years old, I had already had plans. Okay, I got to get out the house, this and that, this and that. A lot of times, this type of stuff happens, and I was going on to that, and then I went off on a tangent. I apologize. A lot of times, I want you to hear me. If children are not, the chain of comfort is not broken with children that become men in your house, a lot of times, them being idle with the way the real world works, it's foreign to them when you try to show them something or teach them something or just try to push them. The longer they're in the house, the harder it is for them to leave the nest or get pushed out because they're getting bigger and stronger with age and size. This might be one of those things. You'll never know the world until you really living in it as a young person. Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. The woman's name was Laura Williams. May she rest in peace. She made a fatal mistake with leaving this guy in the house with her. Hell, maybe she didn't want to be by herself. Don't know. They showed the dad. He was walking out of court walking funny as hell like, God damn, I don't have time for this shit. He probably was saying in my head, I can't believe I gave this ninja my last name. But I mean, things are what they are. And nobody knows the future. And nobody should take the future away from others like this dude did to his own damn mom. See you in the next video. Take care. Show him the flowers.